Today and this week marks a pivotal moment in the road to recovery from COVID in the tri-state and in the country. It's a crucial week for the Johnson & Johnson single-dose COVID vaccine. Dr. Fauci today reassuring people on the safety of the shot after 6 cases of blood clots were reported out of nearly 7 million vaccines, saying he believes it will be cleared to use again when the CDC meets this week. His statement comes as the U.S. crosses a vaccine milestone. The CDC says nearly 130 million U.S. adults are partially vaccinated. That's half of all Americans over 18, and 1 in 4 adults are now fully protected. It's an important step as the economy reopens, and New York State will take a giant step toward normal tomorrow when the curfew for restaurants and bars is pushed back to midnight. It means that the city that never sleeps is starting to wake up after a year of no nightlife. News 4's Phil Lipof is live in Hell's Kitchen with how owners are preparing. And Phil, it's great news for them.
Hey, Jen, it is great news, and they're preparing. This one's easy by simply saying, let's do this. Restaurants and bars have been waiting for this for an awfully long time. That extra hour of business is going to be huge here in the city and across the state. Across the river in New Jersey, word on who is now eligible for the vaccine. And Dr. Fauci said this morning that pause on Johnson & Johnson could end this week. At Mickey Spillane's in Hell's Kitchen.
It's 11 o'clock and it's time to go to bed, but now it's going to be 12 o'clock and time to go to bed, so we're that much more excited.
Andrew Preventure and Melody Skipper are out for a late lunch and are thrilled that their dinners can now be later, too.
Everyone in the city is ready for it. We're ready for the next phase after. We're excited.
Andrew points out that a lot of LGBTQ businesses in Hell's Kitchen have been struggling.
We've lost a lot of really amazing queer spaces in this neighborhood, and to be able to support them for that extra hour is so huge. Governor Cuomo announcing restaurants across the state can now stay open until midnight.
1 hour more of business is good.
That means everything to Rodolfo Morales, who owns Rancho Taqueria on 9th and 50th.
That made me happy because it's money for us to survive.
Yeah, you say bring it on.
Yeah.
Good news across the river, too, in New Jersey. As of tomorrow, the COVID vaccine will be available to everyone 16 and older. But problems with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine had Dr. Fauci on Meet the Press, assuring everyone the vaccine is safe. Health regulators had paused the use of the vaccine Tuesday after reports of 6 cases of rare brain blood clots in women out of roughly 7 million people who received the vaccine in the U.S.
There's a twofold reason for doing it. One, to pause and take a look in more detail about it. And 2, to make sure that the physicians treat people appropriately.
Dr. Fauci says we could see the 1-dose J&J vaccine resume this week with a warning or perhaps a restriction. And so Dr. Fauci says that J&J pause was out of an abundance of caution. As you heard there in the story, and Jen, as you said, 6 cases out of 7 million. Still, it did not do a lot for vaccine hesitancy, at least in a good way. As for restaurants and bars in this area, I spoke to a couple of owners who tell me that extra hour from 11 to 12 could actually mean thousands upon thousands of dollars for one individual establishment. We're live in Hell's Kitchen. Phil Lipof, News 4 New York.
Phil, thank you. So here's where the vaccine race stands across the tri-state. More than 5.5 million New Yorkers have been fully vaccinated. In New Jersey, more than 2.4 million are fully protected, and Connecticut has fully vaccinated more than 1 million people.